2024 was a weird year for beauty. Between makeup for kids, $42 eyeshadow duos, and the introduction of a new beauty category of whole care, yes, that whole, we saw some surprising themes throughout 2024, and today I want to reflect back on them. So looking back over the year, I pulled together a few key themes that I felt like we saw repeated. And the one I want to start with is something that I consider kind of an overarching theme that we've seen in beauty for the last few years, and that is the undetectable era. Now, this is a phrase that was initially coined to describe natural-looking plastic surgery. You know, we've seen this celebrities like Christina Aguilera and Lindsay Lohan having procedures done that you can't necessarily tell what they've had done. And though this terminology, again, was initially used to describe plastic surgery, I would argue that it has filtered down into beauty as well and has been heavily reflected in makeup trends as well. People want to wear makeup that doesn't look like they're wearing makeup, which in ways feels like a natural evolution of the clean girl trend that started years back, but now we've taken it to a new level where it's supposed to look like you just woke up like that. And we've seen this illustrated through a lot of prominent trends in 2024, like the no mascara trend that every publication has been talking about throughout the year. People are either not wearing mascara anymore, wearing less mascara, swapping out their black mascara for brown mascara for a more natural, undetectable look. I think that also falls in line with the no concealer trend that's been emerging in 2024, where people are omitting that step from their makeup routine. And weirdly, I think this kind of falls in line with the word of the year. Yes, dictionary.com recently released their word of 2024, and it is demure. Of course, this comes from the popularity of that word over the summer from TikTok creator Jules LeBron and her series. But we can see a correlation between a lot of these ideas of demure being reserved, modest, makeup looking undetectable, non-existent. Personally, I have conflicting thoughts on this, and I want to do a full makeup musings breaking it down, but I think it appears almost as this illusion towards acceptance of a more natural makeup look that, wears less makeup, doesn't look like you're wearing makeup. When in reality, it still carries the same amount of expectations for what you should look like, but now you're no longer allowed to visibly be wearing makeup, though you're still almost expected to look perfect, but without the maintenance and the labor behind that being visible to others. But a separate video coming on that. The next reoccurring theme we've seen in 2024 is makeup for kids. And now obviously the year kicked off with a lot of discourse about Sephora Kids. This was a conversation about tweens in Sephora, sometimes making a mess, but really at the heart of this was teens buying beauty products that maybe aren't designed for such young skin, using actives that are probably not appropriate for their age group. But even beyond that Sephora Kids conversation, we've seen this theme carry throughout 2024. We've seen very intentional advertising from beauty brands to Gen Alpha, yes, the youngest generation, Gen Alpha, anyone born between 2010 and 2024. Oldest of that age range being 14, and we've really seen beauty brands start to latch on to that demographic. Specifically e.l.f., they've spoken about this. I've seen some interviews from their CEO mention this, and debatably that's why they did a major collaboration this year with Roblox, an online video game mostly used by young children, Gen Alpha. We also watched Ulta Beauty, the retailer, do a collaboration with Mini Brands. So if you're not familiar with Mini Brands, they make those little collectible items of mini products. They have done many collaborations before, and in 2024, they worked with Ulta, and now you can go into stores and buy a mystery pack of miniature makeup products. But not miniature makeup products that actually have makeup in them. They're just toys. You can buy this mystery pack of 5 products for $9.99. Again, I think this is another way we're seeing advertising to younger generations. Even if they're not yet buying makeup products, we're really seeing them being targeted through makeup adjacent products, mini toys of the actual makeup. Business of Fashion just released an article this past week about charms in beauty. Every beauty brand seems to be launching charms at a more inexpensive and accessible price point, again, drawing in younger and younger audiences. Beyond that, there's a notable shift in packaging, things that are a lot more colorful, clearly could be appealing to a younger and younger audience. I felt this way about the Milk Makeup Jelly Blushes that looked like a toy, looked like an edible piece of candy, and lots of pastel and colorful tones in general. The next key theme I want to talk about this year has been fragrance. This was one I predicted in 2024 that we would see a fragrance boom, and we definitely have. The Financial Times recently coined this the fragrance effect, kind of a spin off the idea of the lipstick effect. Essentially suggests that when people are facing tough financial times, they will still go out and purchase lipstick as kind of an everyday luxury, and perfume seems to be taking that place now. Fragrance as a category has grown faster than the overall beauty sector. We've seen consistently high sales in perfume this year, and specifically in high-end and luxury perfumes that are outperforming their more inexpensive counterparts. Fragrance has shown double-digit growth since 2021 and now has retail sales of $6.4 billion globally, according to Barclays Analytics. And we've seen this craving for fragrance spill over beyond simply perfumes, but also into the popularity of body sprays, hair perfumes, scented body lotions, body product. Everything is about fragrance right now, and so many beauty brands have launched a fragrance in 2024, or if they already had a fragrance, they brought us more in 2024. But an interesting differentiator in the popularity of fragrance currently is the shift from craving a signature scent. You know, that used to be the preference a decade ago. People wanted to have their signature scent. They would seek that out, try a few, be in store, and try to determine, what scent is me? That seems to be less preferred these days, and consumers are actually seeking out a fragrance wardrobe. They want to have a ton of different fragrances depending on the season and their mood. People are now collecting fragrance the way they collected makeup in the past. The perfume category undeniably has been on top in 2024. The next theme that has in ways always existed in beauty, but has been debatably more prominent in 2024 is micro-insecurities. This term was coined by Maria Santopoggi in a piece she wrote titled, "We Are in Micro-Insecurity Hell." She writes, cortisol face, bad facial harmony, septum arms, double lip lines, mesofacial imbalance. Each new micro-insecurity zooms in on a hyper-specific body part and cloaks it with unfamiliar terminology, reintroducing it as the latest iota of your body that must be closely analyzed, if not fixed or dispelled. Now, marketing by way of faked and forced insecurities is nothing new in beauty, and debatably, that is the foundation that the beauty industry exists on. But this year, more than any year prior, I have seen some of the most niche, random, unexpected insecurities of things that I would have never even considered prior, like bad facial harmony or double lip lines. These are things we would have never looked in the mirror and thought about until someone identified them for us. But that's where social media and specifically online algorithms comes into play. And it's really created this perfect storm that only benefits the beauty industry, because now they don't even have to sell us these insecurities themselves. We're doing it to ourselves. We seem to be policing each other more than ever. I notice this on almost any video I watch on the internet. It will be completely unrelated to anything beauty. Like, the creator could be sharing a recipe and I will see comments like, "Oh, I see you have a little melasma on your cheek. Have you tried this serum?" Or, "I think you have cortisol face. You should have your levels tested." Which is, one, a wild thing to tell a stranger completely unprompted, but two, only feeding back into the vicious cycle of these micro insecurities. These are things you would have never considered before someone brought it up to you. And in this same idea, we have seen the introduction of whole care in 2024. That whole. I actually went to the most random event I've ever been to earlier this year. It was put on by Substack in collaboration with one of my favorite writers, Jessica DeFino, and it was called The Whole Debate. Whole, H-O-L-E. And at that event, she spoke extensively about how many butthole-related beauty products have launched in 2024, including special bar soap for your bum, whole serum, Botox for your bum, many butt creams, and even just the other day, unfortunately, I came across a TikTok of this creator saying that she washes her butthole with a benzoyl peroxide face wash in hopes of bleaching it. Please do not do that. This is a part of your body that almost no one is seeing, including yourself. But I think, again, that fits very well under the umbrella of micro-insecurities, things that you would never in a million years be insecure about until you are told to hold that insecurity. Again, it's a foundational principle of the beauty industry already, but in 2024, undeniably, we have seen some weird, hyper-specific, newly invented insecurity pretty much every other week. And these micro-insecurities didn't just stop with niche parts of your body. No. We were also told to feel insecure about participating in different makeup trends. Yes, 2024 was the year that brought us blush blindness, eyebrow blindness, phrases that plagued the beauty community, leaving us embarrassed for participating in trends that we were encouraged to participate in just a year prior. People that loved their eyebrows were told, hey, stop wearing your eyebrows like this or stop wearing your blush like this, out of fear of being part of this imaginary makeup blindness problem.
Why am I just now finding out that I have freaking eyebrow blindness? I feel like I wouldn't like it though with the arch that close up. Should I like reconstruct my brows? Do I need to like shave off half my brow to move up the arch? All this time I thought that my eyebrows looked good. I mean, they're my pride and joy, but I guess not.
The next major theme we've seen, especially on social media, is beauty optimization. 2024 brought the return of a lot of customized beauty trends, like finding your color season, which is not new, but has been revived in recent months, as well as finding your contrast level, the idea of looks maxing, really the pursuit of achieving optimal attractiveness at all costs, even at the expense of your own creativity and self-expression. I did a whole video about this recently, why I kind of hate the popularity of these beauty optimization trends. It's a pretty apparent shift from the way that we talked about and viewed makeup in, say, 2016, where it was all about technique, play, cut creases, color. Well, that has all been traded in the pursuit of beauty and beauty alone. 2024 wasn't about having fun with makeup or enjoying it. Instead, it was about fitting into a mold of unrealistic beauty standards. And in 2024, we've seen this desire for attractiveness not only plaguing women the way it has for all of eternity, but also trickling down into men as well, with increased conversation around the idea of looks maxing. So I've now seen this word used in a lot of different scenarios, but the original intent of this, it wouldn't start in 2024, but gained popularity this year. Looks maxing kind of started in incel communities on Reddit, with men wanting to look more attractive and discussing what they could do to achieve that through makeup, cosmetic enhancements, clothing changes, what have you. The popularity of all of these ideas suggests a clear prioritization of beauty at all costs. Undebatably, another key theme in 2024 has been copy and paste beauty. Innovation has long been lost in beauty, but 2024 more than ever is where we've seen this play out. Everything seems to be a dupe, and even if it's not an exact formula dupe, every brand seems to be launching the exact same products. Enter bronzing drops. We saw every single brand come out with bronzing drops this year. Some of them tried to dupe the Drunk Elephant ones to a T. Some of them tried to put their own spin on it, but everyone came out with bronzer drops. And if they were not product dupes, they were brands relaunching their own products. We saw the Naked palette come back this year, which in ways had some fun nostalgia around it, but again, fits back into this idea of nothing really being new. Products are either dupes, products we're seeing brought back, or maybe an IP collab. We have seen IP collab after IP collab after IP collab, That's been a trend for years at this point, but in 2024 more than ever, there are so few launches that I could name that I thought truly felt exciting, different, innovative in any way. Everything felt quite safe, which we could argue has been a theme for a few years now and is likely symptomatic of unsure financial times. It doesn't seem like the right time for brands to take a risk on launching something new and unexpected. It feels much safer to duplicate a product that they have seen will do well. So I get it, but it's left me, and I know many of you, a little bored. Things feel a bit stale in the beauty industry. I'd love to see someone really shake it up in 2025. And while most launches seem to be quite predictable, what has been unpredictable in 2024 has been the prices. This has been a crazy year for beauty product prices. Between shrinkflation and increased prices in general, we've seen some numbers that I can say were not on my bingo card. The internet erupted in discourse over the $42 eyeshadow duos from Patrick Ta, which then led to him kind of breaking down the math on other duos, which I didn't really think was a good or professional look.
Let's have a little conversation about my eyeshadow duos. There has been a lot of conversation around my eyeshadow duos and the pricing, so I wanted to get on here and just talk about the formula. This is a fan favorite right now. This is $24 for 1.7 grams of product, and I don't want to say if this product has a filler or not, or a base, but with mine, you are getting 4 grams of 100% pearl. This MAC eyeshadow right here, this is $25. This is a matte eyeshadow. I want you guys to go into Sephora, swatch this on the back of your palm, and see if it compares to many other formulas. There's not many like this on the market.
But I know that product was pretty polarizing. Some people felt the price tag was justified. Personally, I don't think so, but I didn't try them, so I don't think I have any room to talk, really. But what I did try was his $58 foundation, and I can also say that didn't feel worth the price to me either. It feels like people are almost becoming numb to these outrageous price points that would have seemed astronomical a few years back, including a $22 foundation from CoverGirl that launched this year, $14 lip products from Milani, an almost $70 concealer from Victoria Beckham Beauty, all of which sparked a lot of conversation among consumers about beauty product pricing. Beyond that, we saw so many brands announce price increases of a few dollars this year, as well as watching some of our favorite products relaunch in a shrunk down version that still costs the same. Both inflation and shrinkflation have both been quite prominent in the beauty industry this year. I will be doing my 2025 predictions video soon. I've been working on that video for a while now. It's not ready yet, but it is coming. Expect that one soon. That's one of my favorites that I look forward to every single year. I'll actually leave my predictions from last year linked down below because, not to pat myself on the back, but most of them did come true. Even many of my hyper-specific predictions on exact launches from brands. So I'll have that one linked. The next video for that is coming, but let me know what you saw as the key themes in beauty in 2024. And what are you expecting to see in 2025? I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.